Today we are going to discuss the new topic, that is Herpes virus. Herpes virus is basically caused by the herpes simplex virus. Herpes disease is caused by the herpes simplex virus, and it has basically two types. Two types of viruses are there. First is HSV1 and second is HSV2. Here HSV stand for herpes simplex virus 1, and that is herpes simplex virus 2. These are two types of herpes virus: herpes simplex virus 1, herpes simplex virus 2. HSV1 basically affect the oral herpes, and HSV2 basically affect the genital herpes. What does it mean that HSV1 basically affect the oral areas and HSV2 basically affect the genital areas, and these both are enveloped double-stranded DNA. Herpes simplex virus 1 and herpes simplex virus 2, they both are enveloped double-stranded DNA. Now talking about the symptoms, that what are the symptoms of HSV virus. In HSV both types comes HSV1 and HSV2. Now talking about the symptoms. First symptom is that blisters formed around the skin, mouth, and the oral contact. Blisters basically means chale. So blisters basically formed around the skin, mouth, and oral contact. That is the one symptom. And blisters can also form around the sexual organs. Sexual organs such as penis, anus, vagina, and buttocks. Blisters can form around these organs, and it can also formed around the skin, mouth, oral contact, and the blisters are the main symptom of HSV virus. In this the fever occurs. Another symptom, that sore and fluid called ooze. What does it mean? That there is a fluid. Ooze basically means a fluid coming out from blisters. So that is again the symptom of HSV virus, that the fluid will be coming out from the blisters, and that is known as ooze. Another symptom is that there will be the burning sensation in urine. And another symptom can be that painful sore in the genital region. These all are basically the symptoms of HSV virus, that blisters can form around the skin, mouth and oral contact. Blisters can formed around the sexual organs, and fever can occur, and the sore and fluid called ooze mean the fluid coming out from the blisters. That is again the symptom of HSV virus. There will be the burning sensation in the urine, and then painful sore in the genital organs, regions, etc. So if we talk about the transmission, that how it can transmit from one person to another person. First point, that it can transmit through the oral contact, through the saliva secretion. It can transmit through oral contact. It can transmit through the sexual contact. Means if a person is having HSV2, because sexual contact is affected by HSV2 and oral contact is affected by HSV1. So if we talk about oral contact, so it is affected by HSV1, and sexual contact, that is affected by HSV2. So basically it can transmit through the oral contact, means the saliva secretion, and it can transmit through the sexual contact as well. For example, if a person is having HSV2, so it can transmit from one person to another through the sexual contact. Now coming to another point, that is sharing eating utensils. If a person is eating, means two persons are eating in the same utensil, so it can transmit, and that virus will be HSV1 virus. So it can transmit from one person to another person. If one person is having HSV1, so it can transmit into another person. So another point, that if they are sharing toothbrushes, means if a person is having this virus and they are sharing the toothbrush with another person, so it can transmit the HSV1 can be transferred, etc. So now if we talk about the treatment, what are the treatment of this virus? The treatment can be taking antiviral drugs on the doctor's advice. Means there are some drugs that through which there will be the treatment of HSV virus. In HSV, the both types come, HSV1 and HSV2. So you can take antibacterial drugs on the doctor's advice. Another treatment can be that avoid affected areas of a person. Means if a person is having blisters, means formed blisters on one person, so it means it is having HSV, and do not means avoid that affected area of the person. And as we know that it can transmit through these, so avoid to touch these areas.